I came to New York when I was 15, came to Jackson Heights, right next to where all the other Bengalis are. I'm Bengali. And grew up in Jackson Heights as an immigrant since 15. At 17, picked up enough English, watching a lot of movies, specifically Brian De Palma and Scorsese ones, so violent upbringing. And then at 17, I get a job as a busboy at Bear Burger, the one in Astoria, Queens, the first one. And I stayed there for a decade, worked every job, dropped out of pre-med, and continued to work there for a decade, and eventually became CMO and opened 50 restaurants in 5 countries. So very much a restaurant operator, still learning not to be a restaurant operator, still learning to finally pick up food tech. So it has been a wild transition. But yeah, that's a little bit about my background and why I ended up at Lunchbox. Was I was just always sitting around at Bear Burger complaining about Grubhub every day, right? Like that's what we restaurateurs do. We complain about whatever's eating our margins. And we always complain about Grubhub. And one day I was like, why don't I do something to help? Why don't I just want to build what Sweetgreen has. Why can't I go and build what Sweetgreen has, but for everyone? And I love Sweetgreen. And so I looked at their system and I was like, all right, let's figure out how much this costs. And when I found out the cost, I'm like, I'm starting a company.